Okay, we live, we live, we live. Yeah, we live. For sure, we live. Oh man, I'm gonna let this thing marinate. I'm gonna see who comes up. Hold on, y'all. Give me a second. I'm here. Okay, we live. Okay, yeah, we live. I had everything scheduled up, so yes, we are live. Open panel. Anybody that wants to come on, they can be able to come on. Click the link. Click the link. Click the link. Click the link. Okay, for all the people that's coming on, click the link, open panel. Okay, let me open up the panel. What's going on, Iori? Iori, I'm gonna need your help. We gonna talk strictly business on this one. Talking about strictly business. This is definitely open to any and everybody that wants to talk about business. Let's get this thing going. Open panel. Click on the link. Click on the link. Click on the link. Iori,
What's up, bro?
what's going on, man? What's going on, man? A couple questions, man. Do you think the real estate market is gonna still keep skyrocketing? Awesome, man. Iori, device ain't connected. Iori, I don't know if Iori making a sandwich or what, but Super Triz, my man. This is an open panel for all the people that's coming in. Salute to everybody that's coming in. We just having a little business discussion, a little late night business discussion, but nothing too major. Just pretty much figuring out what's people's opinion on everything. Iori, man, my man is doing something. It's like, your link is in the chat. Anybody wants to come on, the link is in as well. Sal, salute. Super Triz, salute. Yeah, let me get to the nitty and gritty. Let me share my screen. Properties. I don't know what is going on with Iori. camera usually is spot on point. You got a couple of properties. Look at a couple of properties, see what's going on. If this shit fully loads, which it should be able to load, I make sure that everything was refreshed. I'm breaking up. Oh shit, I'm breaking up. Hello, 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 hello. Can you hear me? Am I breaking it now? You sound fast for. Oh shit. Damn. Yo, 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 yo. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Hold on.
Oh man, are you using? Nah, I'm not using the Ethernet, bruh. Maybe I should get an Ethernet. I be it. I'm telling you, Super Triz, Streamyard be tripping a lot better now. Okay, for sure. Iori.
Hold on, bro. Hold on.
Oh man, maybe I should switch to Zoom. Maybe I should literally switch to Zoom because I don't know what's going on. Damn it! I did not mean to do that. I didn't mean to do that. Copy. Iori.
Hold on. Hold on.
Well, shit, I'm just gonna be able to push through and see if I can share my screen without the shit being blurry, like usually. But for all the people that's coming in, this is open panel. Click the link. Click the link. Click the link.
Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Hello? Okay. Cool.
Yes,
Yeah, yeah.
I can hear you. You
It
sound
was,
kind of distant, but yo,
yeah. It was my mic, man. Sometimes you got technology problems. But you called and I came, bro. So like, you know, what's going on? I was sitting in the back. You said you need my help and stuff. Now, I'm always down to help you out. So what we
can
talking
you
about
see
right
my
now?
screen?
Yeah.
Can you see my
CRE?
screen?
Yeah, CRE?
Can you?
Yeah,
Yes, commercial real estate. We
yeah, yeah. I can see it.
okay. Okay. Is it blurry? No.
No, it's okay.
Okay. Okay. Now we're gonna look at some properties, dog.
All right. What kind of
We're gonna
stuff
look
you
at
look?
some properties. Something something commercial. Any properties that you got any links on? I definitely would like to share your screen as well. If you got any properties, any type of comps, we're gonna see what's going on in Houston. Cause I heard that Third Ward is pretty much having a lot of gentrification going in, a lot of developments running through there, and I want to see what's at least what's in the MLS because really Bird Dogs is gonna cash flow the hell out of some scenarios when it comes to development. Okay, so y'all can still see my screen. Okay,
Yeah, yeah. Let me see.
okay. Cause StreamYard be tripping when it comes to screen sharing. Okay, man, I swear this website always be lagging. Would that always be lagging, bruh? Ugh. Oh wow, I gotta kill the. Oh no, never mind. Okay, let me filter this. The cap rate's kind of low.
Oh, the market just went red.
Which market?
I'm looking at Dow, Nasdaq, and S&P.
Okay, because crypto is pretty much low.
What
You know, it
right now, like 18?
17. It dipped to 17.
Oh god.
It dipped to 17, but I'm waiting for a couple of cryptos to be at a certain point so I can be able to enter into the market. Really, anything that's like I got Ripple, I got Cardano, I got Ethos, I got Tezos, Chainlink. That's pretty much Neo and Gas. Neo and Gas. They're two good picks. I'm probably gonna pick some up tomorrow.
Okay.
Pick some up tomorrow and pretty much do a live on that. Of me actually buying some at it's not giving me the priced ones.
What is it? CRE.com?
Okay.
Okay, got it. I'm gonna check it out with you.
Yes. Check. Yo, we're gonna use your screen for it because
okay, no worries,
my laptop is running very slow when it comes to this shit.
Okay,
so let me copy and paste the link. Oh yeah, okay, we got more people in here. We got more people. We got Super Triz, Dante. Salute to Dante.
What's up, Super Triz?
Nautic,
bro.
My man Super Triz, my man.
Hey, what's going on, y'all? You know, soon as you said, soon as I saw that LoopNet, I was like, okay, now you're talking my language. A lot of people not aware of what LoopNet is, but it's like basically the equivalent of Zillow or what's the other one? HAR for if you're in Houston, they have an HAR website, but basically it's just a website to see all sorts of real estate. From you have commercial real estate like multifamily, you have storefront, abandoned Target, stuff like that. You also have land and RV parks. So if you're trying to get into the investment aspect, of real estate, then that's definitely the place that you want to look. But also, I found that there's a lot of properties that are on LoopNet that are also on. I'm finding them more on Redfin. Redfin is starting to have a lot of, in particular, the multifamily type of commercial real estate, and so you can kind of find it like in any location. I think they're trying to use multiple platforms because, especially now in this climate, a lot of people are more reluctant to invest in commercial, non-multifamily commercial real estate, which may allow you to get a good deal on some of this stuff. Especially now with the vaccine, this may be an opportunity to snag up some commercial real estate. And then once the vaccine actually gets more proliferated, then people are more apt to return to that commercial real estate atmosphere. So it's a gamble, but could be lucrative.
It's worth it. It's worth it. Yori, share. I sent y'all the link. So whoever wants to share y'all screen on the properties, and we're gonna
I'll do it.
analyze some properties. So
I'll do
so
it. I'll do it. That's it. I want to buy DoorDash stuff. Okay.
yeah, yeah, Wagner talking about DoorDash stuff.
Um,
I'm pretty much getting involved in this one company. I think it's RTX, and
Rocket?
this is involved defense. This is of defense because Biden got Lloyd Austin as his Secretary of Defense.
Oh, God.
So that means that we doing Syria again. So you know what it is. This you know what it is, but I'm gonna tell the audience what it is. I'm gonna tell the audience what it is. I'm gonna share your screen. I need to get this company right. I think it's RTX, and it's on the New York Stock Exchange.
Are you talking
Yeah, you
about
got
Raytheon?
Radeon. Bingo, Radeon.
All right. So,
Raytheon Technologies will benefit on Biden presidency due to Lloyd Austin, Secretary of Defense.
well, yeah, man. Look,
I'm gonna copy and paste that for the people in the chat, and anybody wants to come on. This is open panel, open business panel, open talk. We chopping up about business. Okay, I'm gonna share.
What in particular do you want me to click on, bro?
Well, well, I've been on a panel with Super Triz before. I know his bread and butter is pretty much real estate. He feasts off of this stuff. So we're just looking.
That's why.
Oh, you clicked on the link. Oh, okay, okay,
yeah, I'm
okay.
Find out what you want me to. Like, I'm shared right now. Like, you should be able to see my screen.
Okay, we pretty much gonna look at some. Well, honestly, I think the price range is 700,000. 700,000. See what that can go for.
So are you looking at pure commercial real estate or commercial multifamily real estate? Which type of real estate are you looking at?
Well, I'm just on his link, so I don't know what he wants me to look.
Well, we going for the. Oh man, your audio sounds like you going underwater, but mixed use commercial properties.
Well, see, what the issue with the mixed use commercial property is that the loan guidelines are a little bit different, requiring a higher down payment, depending on what your the actual loan amount is. You may be looking at a jumbo loan and potential balloon payments at some point when after around the 7 to 10 year mark, you may be looking at a balloon payment. So this is where you start looking at number one, hard money lenders and potential partnerships as well. Unless you're talking about like just buying it and holding it and trying to flip it before the loan matures, you have to pay that jumbo payment. I don't know what your actual strategy is.
That's literally what I was planning to do.
Oh,
that's
okay,
literally what I was planning to do: get hard money and to be able to knock it off like that. So pretty much me just leveraging the hard money situation in order to get out of that free and clear. But really, I was looking at mixed use, I was looking at franchises, and I was looking at laundromats. The last time I had a live stream, I was pretty much looking at figuring out what's the cheap laundromats, and there's a couple people that came up. We saw some laundromats for 180,000. 180,000. That was cash flowing 24 a year.
That would be in the retail space.
Yeah, that would be retail, but that's pretty much what I was looking for, like mixed use franchises, laundromats. But like Super Triz was saying, that if I was trying to be able to just go in pretty much fully not prepared, then yes, I would have to deal with a big ass balloon payment and shit like that. But let me let me see what's going on in the chat. I gotta get on. Let
I'm
me
taking a look at what you
copy.
wanted because you're talking about like retail stuff.
Oh, okay. Now, do you see anything that you may like, Iori? You got the clicker, man. We're gonna
Uh,
psychoanalyze these properties.
not at these prices. I don't. Because like
Not at these
you know,
prices.
I can I can get one of these for like 2 to 3, like
2 to
around.
3.
Well, it's also about location. So you got to actually look at what intersection that's at, and then you have to look at the amount of traffic. And there's a way that you can kind of I wish I remember. There's a website that actually had, like certain streets. It would give you like the amount of traffic, cars, cars per day or whatever the case may be, because that goes into because obviously at a gas station, your main profit margin is going to be on your soft drinks, beef jerky, and like hot dogs.
Mm.
Those are like damn near 90% markup on those. And the drinks is over 100% markup on the drinks, the soft drinks from the fountain. So you're relying on cars actually coming into the gas station, not just getting gas, which a lot of people do. They just pay at the pump, but you're relying on people who come into the gas station. This is the reason why you have the gas stations. The actual amount per gallon is cheaper if you pay cash. Not a lot, but it's significant enough where people kind of think, well, I'll just pay cash because it's cheaper, and they have to go inside to pay cash.
Right,
And now they walk past all that stuff and they end up buying some crap in there while they're in there.
right. They end up coming in hungry to the gas station and end up spending more. 100%.
Like the gas station that's by, like I live right by a gas station. And this gas station is not on the corner, but it's near the mall. An insane amount of traffic comes by, but one of the problems is that like a lot of the traffic that comes from the opposite side, they're less likely to come into the gas station because the traffic is so dense that it's hard to kind of turn into the gas station if you're coming from the opposite direction, trying to make a left turn across traffic. So, but the traffic that's going towards the freeway, oftentimes will stop in the gas station, and they have this these like little burgers and chicken sandwiches, and they sell so many of these damn chicken sandwiches. It's crazy. Especially since the Popeye came, they got their own spicy version. They're killing it. So like, if you're in a good location with a gas station, you got to think outside the box, not thinking about gas itself. Gas is just like a draw for people who have to stop there. Obviously, you have to get gas, but you're not really going to make a lot of money on gas. Your main money is what you sell inside that store, and then if you can like some gas stations I see, they sell clothing and you got to look at where you're at and what the market demands in your specific geographic location. Because some certain locations, there may be a need or want for certain things. iPhone chargers, all kind of stuff you can sell in there.
Sure. Yo, John, is there a way that we could search this thing a little different? Because I'm looking for something to search for laundromats for you, but I don't see anything here.
Well, I think it's literally based on I think the filter is literally based on price, square footage. I don't know if it has a filter now where you can pretty much figure out if there's any.
Fast food.
Yeah, I think you're gonna have to toy it out, man.
Uh,
I think you gotta toy it out because
we'll do it like this: no shopping centers, no storefronts, bars.
Oh, and one more thing.
Go ahead, bro.
Now, I obviously you guys are looking at Houston and the Houston area because of Tesla's big announcement. So that makes
that too.
Real estate in that area a very, 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 very enticing right about now. And I lived in Houston for about 7 years. I lived from 2007 to 2014. I lived in Houston, and And one of the issues that I had with Houston was there is a high property tax rate, so that's something to bear in mind. Property tax is about double what you experience any other place, but outside of New York. But you do have there's a lot of other benefits going for Houston. But anyways, GM, General Motors, the parent company for Cadillac, is having a push towards electrification of their vehicle lines. And because they're trying to compete with Tesla, since Tesla is now the number one auto manufacturer in the world. But because of that, Cadillac in particular basically gave its dealers an ultimatum: either you get with the program as far as electrification, or you can opt for a buyout. And so I want to say either 100 or 300, between 100 and 300 dealers opted for the buyout.
Right.
And so they're going to be shuttering their doors. So that's going to open up a lot of dealerships for sale.
Wow.
So, you know,
Oh shit. Oh man, that's a good insight.
Holy shit. All right.
That's good insight. I was looking at properties at Westheimer. Westheimer is usually the nicer end of Houston.
All right.
so what depends on what side of Westheimer you're on.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true though.
But
the Galleria.
But for commercial real estate on Westheimer, if you're actually on Westheimer, because that area has so much traffic, the real estate's kind of at a premium. But that southwest area is hot. Like you're gonna have visibility. So what happens is, because you're on a major thoroughfare, you're able to mitigate some of your marketing costs because you have exposure just based on your location. You don't have to spend as much. You don't have to have as big of a marketing budget.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I'm writing all this shit down. I am writing all this stuff down. This is pretty much class. This is class, y'all. Get your pen and paper.
Right. All right. Price per square foot. What's the NOI? Do they even got the NOI up? No. Yeah.
They don't have the net operating income.
Oh, okay. They got the cap rate though. That's what they did. All right. So it's a 5 cap rate on 1.7. So 1.7. I already don't like the deal. The cap rate's too low. Times 5%. I'm gonna make $85,000 on a $1.7 million. It's a little too low.
And then you have to ask yourself, not necessarily Wendy's, but just generally speaking, this may or may not include Wendy's. You have to ask yourself, with some of these commercial businesses, what amount of operating capital do you have to have on hand at any given time? So you have to factor that into your budget. So when you purchase the property, there's going to be a circulating capital expense for payroll and raw materials that you have to have on hand, or at least have business credit for at any given time. So that's just something to think about too.
100%. Hold on.
100%. You gotta.
I got a little idea. I'm gonna go outside the box a little bit.
You'll go outside, man. We looking at properties, assets.
Let's see if we can find some casinos. All right. So. All right.
Sam, man, I'm gonna need to interview you, Sam, man. You seem like you know something about stocks and technical analysis and stuff like that, man. I'm gonna do one-on-one interviews with y'all, man, because Super Triz is in the medical field industry, and the medical field is killing it.
Take a look. 54 units. How much? That's 3.4. All right. Do they even got a what? They don't even have a cap rate or nothing. Of course,
Yeah,
you
man. If
should
you don't get
have
no,
1,400 days. Like if y'all don't put no juice up here, like who the hell's gonna look at this thing? Sorry, fellas.
yo, Super Triz, if you got any type of links or websites that you would like to use, or want to be able to analyze some properties, or just to be able to have all of us just analyze, man, I'll have you share your screen, man.
I'm actually tapped in with my phone, so I can't share anything.
It's all good. I'm gonna go to Luke and
Okay,
right,
for sure, man. We gonna do that route there.
so what we looking at? Houston?
Wait, it looked like y'all over on the West Coast now. Y'all in my neck of the woods.
Yeah, we.
Hello.
That's funny.
San Diego? I didn't know that's where you were from.
No, I'm in Seattle. I'm from
Okay.
Southern California, but I actually live in Seattle right now.
Okay, cool. So let's see. You were talking about laundromats, right, bro?
Oh man, what? Repeat that again, man. I was I was laughing at something. What? Repeat that again, G.
You were talking about laundromats, right?
Yes.
All right. How do you spell that?
Oh, come on, man. You don't be like Biden now with your brain farts, man. We gotta we we we, we gotta we got an audience now.
Dementia, bro. I'm just about to get paid. Like, let's see.
But yeah, man, we at least laundromats at a
Okay,
200,000 cap.
Hey,
200,000 cap.
they in the chat saying you sound like you in a Faraday cage.
What's that?
They in a live chat talking about you sound like you in a Faraday cage.
Nah, man. Hold on. This is what we're gonna do, right?
He always like my analyzing right hand man. He usually be on the mark when it comes to the numbers.
Well, yeah. I mean, if they can give me something to work with, I'm trying, bro.
I mean, oh man, damn. And you got 1,000 tabs. You got 1,000 tabs.
Well, it is what it is, bro.
He in his COVID bunker. That is funny.
Oh, I know what happened. See, he's at school. He got bullied, and the bully threw him in the locker. That's why he sound like that.
Yeah. Damn. Thank God I got some weed right next to me, man. This is funny. Anybody wants to hop on the panel, feel free to hop onto the panel. Let me copy and paste the link.
Are you telling me that we can't get a single laundromat up here? What the heck? We just don't look all over America. Forget that.
Bruh, fucking McDonald's, KFC.
Hold on. I got it. Fine. We'll go.
KFC, a juice bar that's cash flowing something.
All right. So let's
only watch the laundromats because laundromats is typically safe.
Yeah. Well, that's what I thought. All right. So let's see. We were looking at. Okay. We're just gonna look at some retail stuff. We've got retail. And we'll look at some multi-family as well. We'll look at retail first.
Let me research transactional funding. That's another thing. Transactional funding. Transactional funding.
Sorry, all these are promoted listings, so they ain't gonna work.
Transaction funding for wholesalers. Oh man, salute to you, James. James, one of these days, James, I'm gonna get an interview with you, man. You know, tap in with me, man. You got my email, right, James? Tap in with me, man. Salute to you as well. But damn, man, I know we
I'm
can
looking.
find something.
I'm looking, bro. I'm looking.
You my guy and everything. But peace to you, James. Salute. Okay. Okay.
Nah, man, forget this. I'm gonna do something. We're gonna get out of the retail and we're gonna look in the multifamily. I'm sick and tired of looking at multifamily thing. I'm gonna go looking here. All right, I'm gonna try and do my math. Cap rate, year bill. We're gonna look at the straight unit price, unit. There we go. 80. Let's find something now. One, Illinois, Iowa, one Arkansas. All right. 96 units, 1975. Okay. All right. Let's take a look at what property webpage. Do they even, what? They don't even have a cap rate up on this thing.
Usually we
I mean,
damn no cap. They
no cap
concealing
rate
what? They
at all?
concealing their books.
Well,
Nah,
you might have to look up.
Well,
You might
eventually they're
have to
gonna
do
have
some more
to.
extensive research and look up what the actual market rents are in the area and
yeah.
kind of gauge. Yeah, I mean, it's that's not going to get you anywhere close to being exact, but that kind of give you an idea. I mean, the price per unit looks good, under 60,000, but I don't know what the actual price per unit is for other multifamilies in that particular area. So I would look that up too. So like those are the things that I want to that I would want to look at. I want to look at not only cap rate, but you want to look at price per unit, and then you want to look at zoning to see if on the plot of land that you have that buildings on, are you able to expand?
Mm-hmm.
Because at some point you may say, well, you know what, there's an increased need for housing, and I have land that's being used for like just open areas and grass for aesthetics, but I can actually put more units there.
Okay.
Or
Found
you
it.
can you can kind of figure out what you want to do. Maybe look at other ways, like, okay, I'm gonna start putting vending machines there on
Right.
site in addition to laundry or stuff like that.
Right. Okay. I,
Bingo. That's how you actually increase your cash flow right there. He pretty much said vending machines, laundromat, post,
yeah.
shit like that, and that
Let's take a look at what this
get you a couple extra $100 a month.
little, little brick
Oh
joint.
man, Iori, please, Iori, please, please do something with your mic, brother. Come on.
No, bro. Like,
Is it the mic? Is it you standing? Or okay, now you're more clear. Now you're more clear, Iori. There you go. This you just gotta yell.
all right. Yeah, yeah.
No murmuring. No murmuring.
I ain't trying to murmur, bro. It's the audio processor or something like that in StreamYard that's making it sound like that. It ain't me, bro.
But
Hold on.
anybody for the people that's coming in, thank you for coming in. Thank you for liking the button. Anybody wants to come in, this is open panel. The link is in the chat.
All right, so 106 units at 76% occupied at a 6.8 cap. All right, so
Okay.
we're gonna go 425. There you go. Multiplied by 6.74%. Okay, this thing is pumping out 286. It's basically pumping out 286, 450 on it. Let's see. Hold on.
Okay.
One second.
So what properties like this in particular, like this is in Arkansas, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so one of the things that you want to look at, so like here, I'm in Seattle. The cap rates are exceedingly low here, very low cap rates here, but you have property value appreciation.
Mhm.
So you're making money on the
Okay.
back end as the property itself increases in value year over year, as opposed to areas like that may have a slower appreciation in property value. But then you see the cap rates and like, oh, you know, I'm making profit. But, you know, you want to calculate all that into the actual equation. How much money do you expect that property to increase in value year over year? And that should also influence your decision. Also, buying that property and you look at the interior pictures of the actual units,
Yeah.
and the units look like they're in relatively decent condition, but you have to ask yourself, what is the maximum market rent in that area? Is there room to grow? Is there value add potential? That's what you're really looking at, value add. So if you have a property that each unit is, let's just say the units are renting for $800 a month, and you said, okay, well, I see they still have carpet. They have, you know, they may have laminate countertops. They may have entry level cabinetry. Maybe I'll go to shaker style cabinets with solid surface countertops. Maybe I'll go stainless steel appliances. And you ask yourself, how much would it cost per unit to implement those things? Or maybe the market in that area wants in-unit laundry, you know. Or maybe the units don't have dishwashers, you know, stuff like that. And so you start asking yourself, okay, if I start adding that stuff into the units, how much is that going to cost? And then what will be my return on that investment? And if you're already at the top of the market rents for that area, then you don't really have any ceiling for value add, because you may put all this stuff into the apartment and they still only rent for $800 a month, or maybe they rent for $825. That's not a good return on your investment. Whereas you may get a place that's substantially cheaper. Rents may be going for $600, but there's a lot more value add. You could put a couple thousand into each unit and start asking for more market rent.
Sure. 100%. 100%. Like I'm trying to find out what the unit mix is. Okay, so it's got 1 1, 2 1, 2 2s, and 3 2s. All right. What I would do from here, what I would do from here. Go ahead, bro.
Oh, I was gonna say. So in situations with 3 2s, 3 2s are very unique in that the market rents themselves are at the point where people start to contemplate renting an actual single family home, whether it be a townhome or be a detached home. Mm-hmm. So this is where you get into where at 3 2s, you start to ask yourself, okay, should I go Section 8 with this?
Right.
You see, 3 2s is that actual dilemma where people start contemplating, okay, I could, especially you got 23 2 units. That's a lot of three bedroom, 2 bath units. And so from my perspective, I would say, I may want to go ahead and do Section 8. I'm guaranteed rent every month. And you do certain things for Section 8 apartments that you don't do. Like, number one, main thing you do is you rent proof the apartment. You start taking off like certain things, like say, for instance, like the closet doors, the bypass sliding closet doors or the bifold closet doors. You take the closet doors completely off. You don't even have closet doors in Section 8 apartments. because that's something that always needs maintenance, and you got to fix it every time. You know, they get the closet door off track, and it's like a big pain in the butt, and the rails get bent. So you take those off, and then with a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, because it's Section 8, you don't got to worry about putting in stainless steel appliances, because basically there's a greater supply than demand. So you put basic, you basically you could take your other, say for instance, you got a 2-bedroom, 1-bath, that's your bread and butter, your 2-bedroom, 1-bath. So what you do with that one is you renovate the 2-bedroom, 1-bath. You take the appliances out of the 2-bedroom, 1-bath, the old appliances, and you put them in a 3-bedroom, 3-2. Because even though they're basic white appliances and stuff like that, it doesn't matter, because the demand for Section 8 housing exceeds the supply. So you could put anything in there as long as it passes the Section 8 inspection. You're guaranteed to get your rent. You're guaranteed to get tenants. So that's the way to kind of recycle your stuff. You know, you basically take all your good appliances that are still good, but you want to replace them anyway, and you put them in a 3-2s, and then that's when then you start renovating the 2-bedroom, 2-baths. I mean 2-bedroom, 1-baths, and also the 2-bedroom, 2-baths. You know, you can do that into corporate or travel nursing apartments. So basically, what you do with that is you basically could configure it where each bedroom has their own bath, and you rent it to traveling nurses, and you put 2 separate people in those apartments, and you furnish those apartments. Basic furniture, make it clean, make it neat. That's where you put your stainless steel appliances, and you put your shaker style cabinets in there. You make sure there's a washer and dryer in the unit, or not. You don't even have to have that, but you could. And then you rent it to travel nurses or people who are looking for corporate apartments and corporate housing that's only going to be there for 3, 4, 5 months at a time, and then that's where you make your money out on that.
So you're tiering it.
Say what?
You're tiering it. You're basically taking the units and putting them in different tiers.
Yes.
Yeah. Got it.
Yeah. Because 2-bedroom, 2-baths, that's the perfect situation for traveling nurses. A lot of the traveling nurses are women. A lot of them, women, either they don't mind having roommates, or some of them actually want roommates because they feel safer with a roommate. Especially they're traveling, they're in a new area, and they're moving every 3 months. So if you're in a hot area for travel nurses, you turn, and it's only 4 units, you're almost guaranteed to have those rented at all times. You convert those into furnished apartments, and you rent those out to traveling nurses and people looking for corporate apartments, furnished apartments for a short period of time. The 3-bedroom, 2-baths, that's going to be your Section 8 housing. And then the 1-bedroom, 1-bath, and 2-bedroom, 1-bath, that's mixed use. 2-bedroom, 1-bath is going to be like your your bread and butter.
Right.
I think your 2-bedroom, 1-baths, you got to actually look at the area and figure out which has the highest turnover, and that's going to determine, how you want to furnish them too. Yeah. I mean, or how you want to outfit them as far as your renovations.
All right, for sure, man. All that stuff written down. I'm telling you, this is.
Yeah.
All this stuff is written down because I didn't know about the traveling nurses niche.
The Super Trades just dropped everything. Shout out to
Shout out to Super Trades, man.
Anything else y'all want to look at? Like, I got all kind of stuff when it comes to the multifamily stuff. 161. Oh, that's in Costa Mesa. All right. Lubbock, Texas. All right, I'm actually liking it.
120 units. Look like hotels. I
believe Lubbock, Texas. I want to say there's a military presence in that particular town, if I'm not mistaken. I know I've been to Lubbock, Texas when I was in the military. I can't remember exactly why I was there. It's been so long ago, but I specifically remember being in Lubbock, Texas.
Let's find out.
I was at Fort Bliss. I was at Fort Sam Houston. I was at Fort Bliss for like a year and a half. And I was at Fort Sam Houston for like maybe about 6-8 months.
Okay.
But I know I was in Lubbock. I think I was in Lubbock for like a month. It was like a short term, but I remember being in Lubbock.
Okay. That's good enough for me right now. Let's take a look. Okay. Yo, it's already got the laundry and the machine right there, bro. Shout out to the Coca-Cola machine. Actually, this is a pretty nice deal right here, from what I can see. Let's take a look at the financials. So that's over here.
Price per unit looks good, 41,597 or 507 or
Right.
597. I'm sorry.
Yep. And 93% occupied. I like that.
Yes, very good.
That's very good. All right, let's see the unit mix. Studios 1-1 and 2-1. And I would have liked to see a little bit different of the unit mix.
So who's in the 2-1? That's the question. Like, there's only one 2-1 unit. My question is, who's in that 2-1 area? Because see, I don't know what the like you kind of ask yourself what type of resident is in there. Is it like a mother and a child, or like, I mean, who's going to want to? Because if there's a lot of 1-1s and studios, there's not going to be a whole lot of families there.
Right.
Interesting.
Right. Yeah. It seems like a single person kind of deal, to be honest, or a lower extended family type of deal where it's probably like 1 to 2 people. But I'm gonna see if I can get the cap rate or some financial cash flow. 5-year cash flow. Okay, they got them. Owner's financials right here.
I mean, they did that's a really good presentation right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good presentation. A lot of the times they don't even give you no rent rolls, no.
Oh, and they got floor plans. Oh, scroll back up. They got floor plans. Okay.
I got you.
Yeah. See, I love to see an overview with floor plans, because that gives you a better idea of where your value add is going to be. Is there an opportunity to add a dishwasher? Is there an opportunity to add a washer and dryer? Is there an opportunity to convert a studio into a 1-bedroom to increase your revenue? That's why you want the floor plan. Because that 299 square feet, believe it or not, 299 square feet is technically large enough to accommodate an actual 1-bedroom. It's a tight squeeze, but it can be done. If it depends on how motivated you are to convert and what your long-term strategy is going to be.
Okay, overview. Let's see what's around you. Yo, they did a really nice job with this whole thing. I'm trying to see population demographics, age, average rent. All right,
Hmm.
840 average rent.
Yeah, that's a good deal.
If I remember correctly, Lubbock is very, very flat. I think I remember that about Lubbock. It's completely flat. Oh yeah, look, there go the 3D. It's flat. Yep, yep.
Yep, it is.
It's
It is.
completely flat. It's
It is.
it's a very like I would recommend somebody if you're like driving through, stop by in Lubbock and kind of like just explore the town for a little bit. It has a very, very weird vibe. But the weirdest vibe out of any place I've ever been in the United States is in Lubbock. It just felt weird. I didn't feel comfortable the whole time I was there. I didn't feel like it was unsafe. You don't get the idea that there's like violence and stuff going on, but something about it just feels weird.
I have the same feeling every time I'm in Vegas, man. I don't know if it's the outer space, alien presence. I don't know.
Okay,
I
here's
usually
the
get that feeling
comparable
when I'm.
rent.
Oh, okay. Rent comparables.
Asking price per unit. Okay. 93% like that. Okay, so 450 for the studio, 550. Yeah, this is affordable, man. 100%. 100%. I would have liked more T1s, but I'm okay with it. The property's in good shape. I like the bones on it. Okay. Terrible rental.
And
Eeyore, I
also,
also
when you're
want you to
looking
do
at
the numbers
property,
on this, man.
What's that, bro?
I was gonna say
Do
also
the
when you're
numbers,
looking at
Eeyore. Yeah.
property, what
Yeah,
you want to
yeah.
do is you want to do like you know, look at Google Images and on Google Street View. Sometimes you can see the parking lot from there. Just look at some of the vehicles in the parking lot. That tells you a lot about the tenants.
Got it. I'm gonna actually do that.
Yeah, you start like if you start seeing like if 40% of the vehicles in the parking lot are like junk cars, look like it's a junkyard. It's probably going to be a D class property, and you may have a lot of headaches dealing with that.
I think this is a C, but we'll take a look.
Yeah. I'd like the property that I have. I had to do a turnover of a couple of my tenants because, well, the tenants were, some of them were, just lower class individuals fighting and whatnot, and music and just crazy stuff going on. I have to get rid of some people.
Yeah, bro, they have like 8 comparables. Wow, we're not even done. 9. Okay, financial. Here we go. All right. So effective rental income, trailing 12. I mean, it really doesn't. We can take the pro forma. Oh,
Yes, welcome to the show. I want to add more to my message to John.
Ouch. Sorry about that. That was my alarm
Okay.
Hold on. So operating expenses. Hold on. Operating expenses turns into operating expenses is 584. NOI is, yeah. on the trailing 12. So overall, you're looking at 12, and operating income 302, pro forma 287. You can take any of these numbers. So on the 302, hold on, let me go ahead and turn it off. All right, the 302, 302 divided by 4950. At 6.1%. That's not bad. You know, when you actually throw financing on it, depending on how much you want to finance it, it'll be better. So let's see here. Say 49 minus 20%. Okay, so 49 minus 980. 980 is the 39. Okay, 39 302. 39 1. All right. So if you actually throw some financing on it, it'll basically give you like a 7.7.
Wait. Say that last part again. You said you throw some financing on it, then what?
Yeah, like if you throw like 80/20 on it, or so sometimes it can be more. I think sometimes they want 30% on it.
Yeah, I'm thinking they're gonna want 30%.
Yeah, all right. So
I
we'll
mean,
do that.
unless you're like an experienced investor, and you have like an actual, you have like a resume of investment properties that you've been successful with. They're generally speaking on 130% for a commercial real estate.
Right, right. I did a 20, but I'll do a 30 on it.
Yeah.
Most of the time they want 30 on it.
Okay. Okay. We crunching these numbers down, boy.
I'm trying.
Only, only on my channel we do this shit.
30.
uh,
We'll get it. All right, so it's 3430. 3430 goes to 30. after downtown. That's what it was. Let me just double check. I think that's what it is. Want to verify the number. It actually might be higher. Yeah, it's 302, 530. Okay, the NOI. So we're looking at like 8% on that, man. That's not bad. That's not bad. Usually you want something close to 8 to 10% if you can get it. I mean, the more the better, obviously. So anybody else want to show anything else?
Well, I think an important point is that even though you want more, there gets to a point where you start reaching your ceiling before you start delving into D class properties.
Right.
Right, because like your A class properties, you're talking like 3% maybe if you're lucky, right? And so like because there's some properties in Vegas, when I was looking in Vegas like a couple years back, there's properties that was 10%, but then I have to ask my cousin lives there, and I just gave my cousin the address, and he said, "Yeah, you're gonna get shot over there." So.
Oh damn! So you in the heart of the hood?
No, people don't realize. People think Vegas. They always think the Strip, but Vegas has a very very big gang problem. Very big gang problem. Once you get off the Strip and you start going like UNLV area and North Las Vegas area, and then you start seeing some real hood behavior going on.
North Vegas is hell, bro. North Vegas is absolute hell.
What about? Vegas got some good places. Summerlin.
Oh yeah, Vegas does have some good places. Summerlin, Pahrump is a nice area. Actually, south of the Strip, there's some areas over there a little bit older, but there's some areas south of the Strip, some really nice neighborhoods in the south of the Strip, and then of course you have what's that area I'm talking about? Henderson. Henderson has some nice. That's not really Vegas, but it has some nice areas in Henderson.
Henderson is cool because it's kind of old, so like a lot of people really ain't gonna be doing a lot of stuff there. But yeah.
You broke up, couldn't hear anything you said.
I said Henderson is kind of old, so.
Yes, welcome to the show, and I want to add more to my.
Oh jeez.
Sorry, bro. I got rid of it.
Bro.
Sorry, man. It's just gone now. So,
man.
So yeah, Henderson is a little older, bro. Like, I mean, because when I used to hang out in Vegas from time to time, Henderson was like the old spot.
Oh, to Sell HQ in the live chat said they influenced by Los Angeles just like Denver, Colorado, and I need to correct you on that. I was born and raised in Southern California, and what you found that in Vegas, that a lot of the people in Vegas are actually from California. So it's not like an actual influence; it's an actual people actually migrated to Vegas because they were attracted by the lower property costs, and then they didn't have to pay state taxes in Vegas. So a lot of them relocated to Vegas. Some were ran out of California. There were some people that were ran out of California had to go to Vegas too. Ditto for like San Bernardino. People in San Bernardino, a lot of people in San Bernardino were actually from Los Angeles. And as they gentrified areas of Los Angeles, those people relocated to San Bernardino because you can get, you can actually afford a house in San Bernardino, back in the day. Now it's expensive all over. But back in the day, you can actually buy a house in San Bernardino. You could buy a house for like $100,000, like probably like in the early late 90s, early 2000s. You can get a house in San Bernardino for $100,000. You can't do that no more. But there was a time. Just like
Yeah.
Vegas, even Vegas. I want to say this in Vegas, like in 2000 and let me see, 2000 and
2009, I was looking at it. It was
no, even after that, I want to say in 2016, 2017, you could. I was looking in Vegas in 2016, 2017. I think maybe in 2018, you could buy a house in Vegas for under 100,000. I kid you not.
What?
shit. Really? Oh yeah,
What?
bro.
What?
In Vegas,
I was
in 2016, 2017, maybe even 2018, I specifically was looking at real estate in Las Vegas. I was looking myself because I was going to buy some property in Las Vegas. I was going to relocate, change my jobs and everything. And I was looking at houses. I saw houses in Las Vegas for under 100,000. I saw new construction, brand new construction for 125. No lie. In Las Vegas.
Damn.
But then once they announced the what is that? Was it Raiders? What team was that was going to Vegas?
Raiders. Raiders.
Once they announced that, listen, in 1 month, that's all it took. Property values double in 1 month. When they made that announcement, they actually started construction, whatever, or clearing out land, whatever the hell they was doing. I immediately saw the property values double, and I was so mad I didn't buy when I could have. I was mad.
Yeah, I mean, I saw properties in Vegas for like $30,000-$40,000 when around 2009, 2000.
Oh, after the first meltdown.
I was looking at places in Temecula. Temecula is a place like this. And I was just looking around to see how much property was in 2009, 2010. Especially in like
Oh shit! What's good, Wack?
What's going on, man?
oh, OG's in the house. What up, OG?
What's going on? What's up?
What's good, Wack?
What's up, bro? Yo, I didn't
Jim.
know you popped in here, bro. Shout out to you, bro. So, going back to the story, it was dirt cheap in 2009, 2010. I mean, I didn't look at properties in 2015 like this did, but I wouldn't doubt it, you know. And it was the same thing in Arizona, too. Like Tennessee and Phoenix and stuff like that. It was dirt cheap to get things done.
Yeah, it was just not too long ago. You know, it was really affordable. And now the property values have kind of just skyrocketed. But even now, like, I think what you have now is because of that, you know, not only did Tesla decide to make the move to Texas, that was a compelling factor, but because now California, I forgot which proposition it was, but they increased the income tax, and they also instated an exit tax, which is freaking insane. I don't even know how this is constitutional. They now got an exit tax, so people are trying to get the hell out of there before that exit tax kind of the exit. I don't know when the exit tax actually becomes active, but it's already the bill's been passed. So people got to move out now before they actually be accountable for that exit tax. And so people are still going to Vegas now, even though the economy in Vegas is so depressed. The property values haven't really took that big of a hit, considering.
Damn. Yo, salute to Wacky. Salute to Wacky, man.
Oh yeah, Wacky. You ever heard about the exit tax?
Well, that's in California. I'm all the way in New York. That's what I was asking. Like, what is that about? An exit tax? So basically,
what they did was they increased the property tax. I mean, increased the income tax, right? And so people like, yeah, I'm gonna leave California. And so they said, okay, well, now we're gonna put an exit tax. So basically, the exit tax is when you actually change your residency out of California, California can still collect income tax for the next 5 years after you change residency.
Are you kidding me?
That's what I'm saying. It's like, it's crazy. I can't even believe they could do that.
They're cash flowing on you. They cash flowing on you. 5 years after you leave, they still get to be able to chip in. You know what it's like? You know
what it's like? It's almost like you divorced in the state of California and now they're getting alimony.
Right. Right. Wow. Can they do that shit? God damn.
That's what I was saying. Like, I don't know if it's constitutional. And now people are talking about Texas. At some point Texas may secede from the union. It's like the states have become so different. They're almost like different countries. Yeah, you got California on one end of the spectrum. You got Florida on the total opposite end of the spectrum. Texas is like in its own zone. And the countries, those states, the economies just for those states are so big. Like California, its economy is bigger than most countries by itself.
Yeah.
Even with the COVID going on right now, the economy is still a lot bigger. Texas economy, New York economy, these are super large economies. They're able to function independently, as their own, effectively as their own country if they were to secede from the union. So yeah,
they would pretty much have to focus on how to be able to get some tax revenue going or get some more business. Either or.
Texas?
Yes.
Well, I mean, I think the Texas, because you got Tesla, they're attracting, what's going on is they're attracting a lot of industry to their state. So once they have some major, they already got Tesla, and they got Toyota. If they get a couple more major players in the state, they'll be able to support their own economy completely.
Yeah. Plus Texas runs nonstop.
Yeah,
the motherfucker run nonstop. This shit runs nonstop. Period. Really, originally what we should have been doing, but I ain't Fauci, but but yeah, man, the exit tax exit tax that's insane.
Because think about this, right? If they were to secede from the union, the money that people pay in federal income tax, Texas would just collect that as their own income tax. So the people that live there wouldn't have to pay out any more money to maintain their quality of life. The money would just go directly to Texas instead of going through the government, which would mean that the amount of money that they pay in taxes, more of it would actually go towards service, as opposed to a lot of it going towards administrative fees as it's filtered through the federal government. Because a lot of the money that's paid in taxes goes towards payroll of people processing the taxes. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, it would go directly to the state, and some of these states probably think that's more efficient way to do it, so that way they don't have to deal with it.
And this is what I was saying. This is what I've been saying for so long in the manosphere, right?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of the complaints that people have, and this kind of, I don't want to get too far in the weeds, but a lot of the complaints men have in the manosphere can be solved by aggregating a collective of individuals, like-minded individuals, with the common goal. And if you were to actually position yourself in a geographic location, you got to be in proximity to each other, right? So, say for instance, you guys just said everybody move into like a town, like okay, we're gonna all, people who have tech jobs and are able to work remotely, digital nomads, we'll have our home of residence in this specific town, right? And we take over this town. We fund the election, so that way we get the mayor in there that we want in there, we get the city council that we want in there, we get the sheriff that we want in there, we get the district attorney that we want in there, or the judge, whatever heck is moving things, moving the needle. You get them people in office, and now you actually control your outcomes.
Yes,
right?
You don't have to be on the mercy of people.
And then you could say, you know what, we're gonna have the next person that gets divorced in this county, we're going to use this as an opportunity to set a legal precedence. So Bingo. We're going to compel the judge to rule a certain way, so that way, okay, this guy's getting divorced. we're going to put a cap on the amount of child support he has to pay out. We're going to put a cap on the community property he has to part with based on what the wife came to the marriage with. So you set a legal precedent like that. Now you're actually influencing your outcomes.
Bingo. Wacky, you want to chime in?
That's a very great point. That's a very good point that Super Triz just made. And I just want to add on, if we were to do that and we actually attract and find a way to attract a lot of industries to come in and open factories in these cities to the point that the economy is so booming that city that it's helping the state, that'll have a profound influence on the state.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And therefore would have some sort of control over the state, because money talks when it comes to politics. So when a city is booming with money, it has a lot of influence upon the whole state, sort of like what New York City is to the state of New York, or Los Angeles is to the state of California.
Exactly. And you notice New York City and Los Angeles are not state capitals. Look at Houston.
Exactly.
Houston ain't the state capital. Houston is not the state capital,
but has a lot of influence over the state.
Ton of influence.
See, that's an excellent idea, Super Triz. That is a very good idea.
I've been saying this for the past year and a half, but every time I say it, it goes up because see the thing about it is I think people, and I know people come into the manosphere, at different points, and there's constantly new people coming into this space, especially now since Kevin Samuels really took off. He's bringing a lot of people into this space. So there's a lot of people that's new to these narratives. And so you got to kind of meet them where they're at. But for some of us that have been here for a little while, we're at the point now where we're kind of looking at solutions instead of just talking about the problems, which is fine. If you haven't talked about the problems, then obviously that's a discussion you need to have. But for those of us that have had that discussion time and time again, now we're trying to look at solutions. What can we do to actually invoke change?
Yeah, man. Because people that took my consultations from this channel got sales from their Amazon stores and also their dropshipping stores. I have a couple of people that came on and pretty much showed the results on air. So I'm about the solutions, man. Like, I've been in this space since 2018. Like, I think it was like freshman. Yeah, I think I was a freshman when I came to the space.
A lot of people don't want to admit it, but that change start with your money. Like in this country, money makes or breaks you. If you don't have any money, you will not be heard. Period.
No, you won't. No, you won't. No, you won't.
The thing is that a lot of these guys need to stop coming to this space and complain about pussy, man. Stop complaining about it. It's very annoying and tiresome because this space was never made to, excuse my language, real deal, but this space was never made for people to cry about the lack of vagina in their lives. This space was deeper than that. Like what Super Triz gave, this space was created for a lot of idealists to actually fix the problem of what men are going through systematically, especially black men. That's what it was made for. And people like Super Triz that came with ideas, there was a lot of people that came here with that type of mindset. But over time, over time, what you had people that came and infiltrated and had their own and had their own ulterior motives, and it just became a vagina pandering type of space, which makes us look bad. Like Sal H.U. said, crying about a broad. Yeah.
Well, I mean, like many years ago, back in the Google Hangouts days, right? There is a stream, and on this stream, and I can't remember. I want to say it was on BGS channel or maybe it was on Bitter Dose channel. I had mentioned. And I had mentioned before this time, but this was the time when I actually was like, kind of was trying to formulate a plan. I was like, look, all these men in the manosphere, if we put our collective buying power together, we could buy blackplanet.com. Buy blackplanet.com, and what you're buying is not only the website, but you're buying the fact that, number one, that website is still active. There's still a lot of people that have a lot of activity as far as blogging and stuff and forum posts. So you have all those people, you have that repository of email accounts that you're able to reach a lot of people besides the normal web track that goes back and forth to that website. You buy that platform, and then what you do is, now remember, this was in the Google Hangout days. I was like, we get some computer programmers that are able to duplicate the technology of Google Hangouts, and you add that as a feature, a Black Planet, but a Google Hangouts, but basically it's called a software encoder. What StreamYards and Google Hangouts and Zoom, they're software encoders. That's what they're called. It's a technical term, right? So you make your own Black Planet based software encoding software, and then what you do is you have that as the conduit for people to stream with panels on YouTube, and then you simultaneously feed the stream not only into YouTube, but you backfeed it into Black Planet. So now what you're doing is you're building up a catalog of material on Black Planet, so that way the established content creators don't have to give up the revenue they're making from AdSense on YouTube. So they're still streaming to YouTube, but that data is backdooring and storing on the servers for the Black Planet that you buy. And then you eventually get people to transition from YouTube to Black Planet once you have enough web traffic. But see, people's looking at, oh, that's great, that'll never work, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, there is
And
already
these supposed to be the
need.
IT dudes. These supposed to be the IT dudes. Like,
Right.
Damn, Super.
You know
Chris,
what?
That's
They
sad.
fucking-
That's
They
sad. These supposed to be the
crucified
IT
me.
brothers.
This was like a year ago. They crucified me. They said I was crazy. I don't know what the hell I was talking about. And now you fast forward, everybody using Streaming Zoom. Streaming Zoom wasn't even out when I
Son
said
of a
this.
bitch.
It was
Son-
only Hangouts.
Damn.
And now you have Streaming Zoom, StreamYards and Zoom that took our opportunity. And now you got YouTube. YouTube is censoring. YouTube is actually starting to censor stuff now real heavily. Like you can't mention election fraud and use particular individual's name in conjunction with that particular set of terms. Because if you do that, your channel was flagged. They have like this automated bot thing that actually roams YouTube and listens for
Kill
keywords.
It's a kill bot.
And it will flag your stream and take it down. YouTube is censoring stuff now. It's only gonna get worse.
Yeah,
But see, we could have had our own platform years ago.
Check this out, Super
See,
Triz.
This-
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Okay, I'll be real quick. Real deal. Super Triz, check this out. What YouTube is even doing, YouTube is even distorting the view counts of certain content creators. You know, I would see my videos on one hand. Let's just say I just, I did a live. I'm done with the live. So now, it's on the playback for people to view it, right? For anybody to view it. At first, it would say, I'm just giving an example. At first, the view count would be 83 views. If you refresh the page, the view count would change to 45 views. You refresh the page, the view count would say 32 views. You refresh the page, it'll say 75 views. Then you would look at, and this happened to several, but I've spoken to several people about this. Then you would look at your subscriber count. It probably would say 1,500 subscribers. Then it'll turn around and say 2,000 subscribers. Then you refresh the page, and then it'll turn around and say 1,300 subscribers. So YouTube is playing all these games when it comes to certain content creators, especially black male content creators. And Super Triz, I stated this long ago. I'm talking like back in 2009, 2010, that we need to have our own website. I mean, at that time we did have our own website, but it just got called generationx.net. But brothers didn't give it enough support. So the person that was running the site, he just ran out of money. He just gave up on it. And it's just a mess. So basically what I'm trying to say is that we don't do enough when it comes to supporting each other. We don't. We don't, and it's unfortunate. All right, I'm done.
Yeah, with the YouTube thing, what it is what they'll say is they're getting rid of stagnant accounts. That's what Google is saying. Right? But the thing is, they're not getting rid of stagnant accounts. They're throttling you and basically getting rid of people that are actually watching. Because I've had that happen sometimes where like, certain channels that I'm watching, I won't get notifications anymore, and the notifications will be turned off, and I didn't turn it on. Or I won't get alerts when I had the bell kind of run. So there's definitely something going on, you know. And
Oh man, Ori,
Google,
Ori, speak up.
Google's official word, Google's official word on that is they're saying that there's dummy accounts, but there aren't. What they're doing is they're messing with the algorithm so you don't get the type of notifications that you want, so you can't watch the type of content that you want, which hurts the content creators directly. So
Eori, are you on a headset, Eori, or are you on like on a Bluetooth?
no, man, I'm on my Logitech microphone.
Listen,
Ori,
you need to
we gonna need to.
you listen. You know what you gotta do? You gotta take your oven, turn it to 500 degrees, and then take that Logitech mic and throw it in there and forget about it.
Damn, that. But Ori, I need you to research something so I can share the screen, man. That's oh shit. That's Enterprise Cities. That was the term that pretty much the guys was pretty much talking about Enterprise Cities. Gates has his own little tech city. I think it's in Seattle. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. I'm just muted right now.
Shit. But have y'all heard about the Bill Gates Enterprise Cities?
No, explain what that is.
Well, pretty much on his plan, he got like $100 million up, and he want to do his own little tech city. And I think it's supposed to be up there in Seattle.
In Seattle,
yeah,
Seattle?
Microsoft Township. Yeah, Sal knows what I'm talking about. Sal's know what I'm talking about.
I mean, it sounds believable, but like it may be like maybe I would say if anywhere, I would say it's on the east side of Seattle, probably. That would be the only place I would imagine that it would be in the east side of Seattle, or perhaps even in Mercer Island somewhere.
Okay.
Either one of those two areas.
You know, because I'm not familiar with Washington. I'm familiar with Portland.
Well, Seattle itself is actually a small city, as far as land mass is concerned, because there's a lot of water that actually is interspersed throughout the city. So the actual area where you can build, there's not a lot. There's not as much, territory that you can actually build on. And so a lot of the areas that people refer to as Seattle are actually like some of the neighboring cities. Like Mercer Island is its own city. But people call that Seattle, but it's not really Seattle. It's like more like a more upscale, rich, or I won't say upscale, but like more of a much more expensive area than Seattle itself, Mercer Island. And then you have Bellevue, which is east of Mercer Island, and that's its own distinct city as well. Yeah, Mercer Island, expensive real estate there. Bellevue is expensive real estate. Bellevue's a lot newer, too. So then you have Those are like those are like
Really,
some of
it's
the more
about
desired
positioning. Because really, it's about positioning. Because whatever, because Gates got the money. If he gonna
Yeah.
build some shit wherever that run that area is gonna go up,
Well, Gates just built.
just off of the presence.
Gates just had a hydrogen powered super yacht built. And now I don't know if you guys are familiar, but there's been talks of hydrogen powered vehicles for quite some time. Many years ago, BMW actually introduced or actually developed a hydrogen combustion V12 engine. But because of the actual marketing costs and or development costs, and also fears of hazards with having onboard hydrogen stored, it really didn't fare anyone. Also, with there was interference ran by the oil and gas industry, and so you effectively saw that article, which was a car and driver article. It was like it literally disappeared off the internet. You can't even find it anywhere. That entire article was kind of lost. But then you fast forward, Toyota built the Mirai, and it was a California only, lease only hydrogen, basically a hydrogen hybrid vehicle, which basically took hydrogen engine that produced electricity, and which ran batteries and stored electric energy on battery packs as well. So it's not a direct hydrogen drive motor, but it's a hydrogen hybrid type setup. And Hyundai developed a hydrogen hybrid setup too, and they have a vehicle that's exclusively available in California. I can't remember which vehicle it is, but they have a similar to the Toyota Mirai. They have a hydrogen powered vehicle. So basically, people are looking at other options. So it's really a hybrid, but instead of using gasoline, you use hydrogen. And the only filling stations are in California. But what Bill Gates did with the actual super yacht, he opened up another perspective use for hydrogen electric, and that like long distance, like say for instance ships and trains and semi trucks, if they were to run on hydrogen electric power, it would severely impact the amount of emissions released. Not only it produces adequate power for those particular applications, but you have that emissions component, which a lot of people are looking for in this day and age. They want the global impact of emissions to be lessened. And so with that being said, it opens up some more opportunities as far as like technologies, people looking for investment opportunities. If they foresee a future in hydrogen electric hybrid technology, that may be something worth looking at investing in for those specific applications.
For sure, man. Hey, that's dope. That's dope. Always new technology. There's always going to be some stock behind it. Some company in the stock market. It's going to be pretty much the linchpin technology to be able to capitalize off of the new developments and updates. Can y'all see my screen?
Yeah, let's see it.
Is it clear?
It's clear.
Is my screen clear? Oh, okay.
Crystal clear.
Because my shit always used to be fuzzy going on stream. All right, for sure, crystal clear. But they got some beautiful views. They got some beautiful views, man. When it comes to how the houses look off the water coast, that shit look nice. The vegetation looks good. Now, how much does the rents usually go for? Are you that familiar?
Where you talk about it in Mercer Island?
Not necessarily Mercer Island, but like in the Seattle area, because I'm gonna research.
Oh, it's very
Seattle
dependent.
market.
It's very dependent on neighborhood, and also even within neighborhoods, you have different like you have different trim levels. So you may have an apartment that's not renovated at all. You have a unit that's like is all high end, and they're going to command different types of rent. And then what you have what really skews the rent here is that you have a lot of people. See, in Seattle, here's the difference in Seattle. You have a large number of people that have generational wealth. A lot of my coworkers, they're working regular jobs just like me. I mean, they make good money, but what you'll find is that they've had generational wealth passed down to them. So they own real estate based on what their parents, bequeath them, either while they're alive or after they're passing. And so it's not necessary for them to be really aggressive with rents because the property is already paid off. Or if there is a mortgage, the mortgage was established so long ago that their actual monthly mortgage payment was based on incomes from 15, 20 years ago. So they're paying a fraction of what somebody buying a property brand new in this day and age would have to pay. So they're able to have rents, way, way, way below market value, which actually skews the actual market, the average market rents, in a specific area. So it's kind of hard to gauge. But it's also very, very dependent on the neighborhood, particular street, and then in proximity to public transportation. I mean, I guess that's really anywhere, but the rents are gonna run the gamut. Like in my area, rents for a 2-bedroom apartment, 2-bedroom, 1 bath, they range anywhere from $1,300 to $1,900. That's a big gap. And we're talking about a 1 mile radius.
That's 1 mile. So
1 mile radius, and that's like, and the area that I have property in is like more of a up and coming C-class area. So you're not going to really get super high rents. Now, if you're talking about some of the nicer areas, it can get considerably more expensive. But that's just an example of the big range of where I'm at.
okay, can y'all still see my screen, sir?
Yep.
All right, still clear.
Yep.
Okay. I just want your opinion when it comes to this. Whack, you still with me?
I'm still with you.
Are you in the real estate market when it comes to the East Coast, the DMV?
Oh yeah, okay. The DMV, yeah. The DMV. Mm-hmm.
DMV, okay. I'm gonna research that as well.
Oh yeah. It's
Yeah, man.
the DMV area, especially the Maryland area, it is not hard to get into real estate. It is not hard. It doesn't take a lot of money to get some stuff going. Yeah. But earlier,
Yeah, because oh no, finish your thought.
Earlier, I know you guys were speaking about how property in the Vegas area at one point in time was relatively cheaper than the value of the property today in Vegas. And when I was speaking about that reminds me of Orlando, Florida, because I remember maybe around 5 or 6 years ago in Orlando, Florida, it was possible for you to get a good 4-bedroom house, 4-bed, 2-bath house for 75-80 grand. Yeah, for 75-80 grand 5 or 6 years ago. Hell, 10-20 years ago, oh shit. you was rolling high, man. But now, because you have a lot of people from New York, New Jersey, Philadelphia, and California that moved to Orlando, of course, the cost of living got even higher, and you have more industry going to Orlando. Of course, the cost of living got a little bit higher. But man, yeah, I remember people from New York, they would sell their house, like homeowners from New York would sell their house in New York, go down to Orlando, and be able to fully buy 2 pieces of property. Yeah, they would sell their homes in New York, go down to Orlando, and own 2 pieces of property, sometimes 3.
That's what kind of drove property values up in Vegas is because they basically announced that the Raiders Stadium, and then people from California were able to sell their homes. Even people who still owed on their homes were able to sell their homes, and the dividends from their house sale, the equity that they had accumulated minus the amount that they still owed on a home, was still enough to purchase a house outright cash in Las Vegas. And then that just basically really drove property values up. Like, I remember the house I grew up in, right? I grew up in a house in Fontana, California. My parents moved to Fontana when I was like in third grade. So that's about 55 miles east of Los Angeles. And this was like an area at the time where people was moving to actually be able to afford a home as Los Angeles was getting gentrified. And then it was at a time where there's crimes. My dad wanted to get out of LA. So anyways, my dad bought that house in 6764 Wheeler Court, Fontana, California. I'll never forget. And he bought the house for $107,000.
Damn.
You look at that house today, and that house is in the exact same condition as when my dad left it. Same exact paint, everything. Like, all the stuff my dad did to that house is still the same exact way to this day, years later, decades later, right? And that house is now worth like $400,000 last time it was sold. And that's just basically just appreciation. And so that was like a similar situation to what Vegas is now. Like, people looked at Fontana like they look at Vegas now. They're like, okay, I need to get someplace cheaper. And now with the exit tax and the increased income tax for the state, and then now with the COVID, people don't have to work. They don't have to be in proximity to their job anymore. They're like, well, shit, I can go to Vegas right now. I won't have to pay income tax, state income tax. I won't have to pay exit tax. The cost of living is cheaper in Vegas. I can move in Vegas and get a house outright cash. And if, people that live in Vegas, I got a cousin that lives in Vegas. The people that actually live in Vegas don't really go to the Strip, right? So the Strip and the rest of Vegas is like two totally different worlds. And once you actually live in Las Vegas outside of the Strip, and you don't go to the Strip, and you just live your life in Las Vegas as a city, it's significantly cheaper to live in Las Vegas than it is to live in California. Significantly cheaper.
Can y'all see the data charts?
Yeah, that's a crazy looking chart right there. That dip is crazy.
That dip is low. The dip literally dropped so low.
Damn.
And it's so steep.
But it bounced. Yes, it's steep. And it bounced literally higher than where the clicker is at 100. It then increased it. Seemed like about 30%, 40% higher than its original normal pace before the big announcement. It literally dipped steep, came back higher, and pretty much somewhat consolidated, sideways consolidated based on the sales, the pending sales, the newly pending sales.
What you have to look at,
mm-hmm.
What you have to look at with charts like that, you have to basically take like a ruler and put it on the line it up parallel prior to the actual dip or whatever you want to call it, a little recession. And so you want to evaluate what the trajectory would have been without the actual recession, and that determines if you're in the actual depression. Because what you'll find is that if it doesn't line up after the actual dip, then your economy is depressed from its previous trajectory.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying?
Yes, I agree.
And so that's something to think about as well. Like that actual previous trajectory that it was on, it never actually gets back on that trajectory anymore.
No. No.
You know what? It's funny because when I'm looking at this chart, the dip is at its lowest in the summertime. And usually in real estate, the summertime is when the profits are high, the sales are high.
Yeah.
So on a regular basis, this data chart would be the opposite way around. The highest point would be during the summertime. Damn, COVID just messed a lot of things up.
Yes, and here we go. Here's some type of language. Sales expected to stay high but taper down through 2021. That's projection. All this projection, economists, Zillow's team of economists expect seasonally adjusted home sales to peak this fall, then gradually decline through 2021. Sales volume overall are forecast to remain higher than pre-pandemic levels throughout this year and next. Home price outlook adjusted higher for coming year. Seasonally adjusted home prices are expected to increase 1% from August to November, then rise 4.8% between August. Okay, so this is literally going back from September, what was projected on September. Now, I'm going to look at numbers after this live stream. I'm going to look at some numbers and pretty much do my research on upcoming months. But pretty much these are let me zoom this up because it's some information I do want y'all to look over because, this is Real Deal Financial. We got to look at numbers and shit. We got to look at numbers and shit. Can y'all see it clearly?
Yeah. Well, can you zoom in a little bit more?
Okay.
On that chart, are you looking at the chart? Magnify this a little bit more.
Like that.
One more plus sign.
Shit,
there we go. That's good right there.
Bingo. Okay, now we can all fully see it. Okay. The metropolitan area, newly pending sales, 28%. Newly pending sales, median days to pending, total for sale listings, new for sale listings, that's percentage. Okay, so this is all percentage based, and median sales price, $284 nationwide in the United States.
Okay, scroll over just a little bit to the right so I can see that last column.
Okay, you can see the last column?
No, I said I can't see the last column. Can you scroll over a little bit more? Right there. Yeah, just enough to see the last set of numbers. You can pull it back over so you can still read the states. You know what I mean?
Okay, for sure. Now, can you fully clearly see it?
Yeah, I can still see it now. That's good. That's good.
Okay.
So we got basically median sale price year over year. So basically what you want to look at in that last column, you want to make sure that particular percentage, the last column, year over year percentage. You want to make sure that year over year percentage outpaces inflation. Right? That's number one. Number two, how does that percentage compare to the percentage of expected returns in the stock market? And as you can see, generally speaking, you're going to get better returns on the housing market than you are.
Look at this 12% in Miami.
More than the stock market. But here's the caveat.
Look at the 12%. Statistical wise, this shit looks beautiful.
But the caveat is that when we talk about real estate, there's associated costs that are not calculated into that year over year price increase, because you have to maintain that property. Some of which can be written off, with your income taxes, but some of that maintenance cost you got to eat, So that's just something to think about as well.
Man, what's your opinion on this, Wack? What's your input, G?
I'm just surprised that the listings in New York is not according to this chart is not higher than expected. Because I'm surprised at that with the price year over year. I'm surprised at that. And
Well,
as far as the average sale price, well I see
We're gonna compare.
they put it together. They putting together New York City and New Jersey. So when it comes to the averages, it's around 400,000. Yeah, New Jersey real estate is relatively cheaper than New York City.
Yeah.
well, no, but that they're going by their actual percentage of increase. So basically, if your house sells for 400,000 this year, how much would it sell for next year? That's what that year-over-year percentage is at.
Yeah.
So in
the
actuality,
increase.
what I think is that the actual Newark housing market is artificially propping up that number, because if you did New York City separately from Newark, I think that year-over-year number would be lower.
Yeah.
Because people are not only are people leaving New York, like as far as renters are concerned, people are scared to put their house in the market because they're not getting the prices that they want. Like the rents in New York are significantly cheaper than they were this time last year, and especially 2 years ago. I mean, it's like a big difference.
Yeah.
And so with that being said, like New York, it's probably a buyer's market. I mean, by that number, like if you're looking to buy property in New York, this may be the time.
I mean, in New York right now, they are home sales, because what's going on is that, a lot of people are mortgaging houses. Of course, the banks have reduced the interest rate significantly lower than usual. So therefore, they are making sales in New York due to that.
Yeah,
due to that, the banks had to lower the interest rate.
But look at the comparison though, from LA to New York.
Exactly.
Look at the the complete difference from the left to the east. Because that's
the thing about New York,
I don't know what's gonna happen for New York.
New York is what you call a concrete jungle, right? That's the term that they use for like areas like New York and certain areas of Chicago, certain like specific location in Chicago. What's called a concrete jungle, in that everything is built up. There's no like open land. So like in New York, in that specific area, right? A lot of people that live in New York don't have vehicles. They rely on public transportation. So when the COVID lockdown happens, right, where the heck are they going to go, and how the heck are they going to get there, right? Versus California, a lot of people have cars, and then there's a lot of like, nature type, you can go to the beach and, go to park. There's like certain stuff you can do even when there's a lockdown. But New York, the weather's cold. It's like, damn, you like stuck in this little bitty apartment, this little studio apartment, 125 square foot micro studio. Like, it sucks to be there.
See, there's a misconception, because people think the entire 5 boroughs of New York is just all concrete jungle. They are spacious and residential parts of New York City. If you go to certain parts of Staten Island, Queens, certain parts like the northern section of the Bronx, it's more spacious and residential.
Okay.
It's just what's going on in New York. It's the high cost of living, and more and more people are just leaving and going south, because property in the South is just relatively cheaper than New York. Yeah.
What are the desirable areas? Obviously, Manhattan, but and I would imagine certain parts of Long Island.
What, Clinton Hills? What about Clinton Hills?
Clinton Hill?
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be Brooklyn? That's Brooklyn, right? Clinton Hill?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's Brooklyn. Clinton Hill, yeah. The desirable, it would be Brooklyn, Manhattan, and Queens. The top 3 desirable parts of New York City.
Brooklyn, Manhattan, and Queens. And Brooklyn and Queens, due to their proximity to Manhattan, I would imagine.
Repeat that again. I'm sorry.
And Brooklyn and Queens, due to their proximity to Manhattan, I would imagine.
Right.
Aren't they close to Manhattan? But I thought Bronx was close. I thought Bronx.
Bronx is actually Bronx. Well, okay, it depends. It depends how you look at it because no, actually, Bronx is actually closer to Manhattan than
That's what I thought. Yeah,
yeah,
because Bronx is like Bronx is like north of Harlem, right?
yes, north of Harlem. You could actually walk.
Yeah, yeah.
You could actually walk from the Bronx to Harlem because the bridge between the Bronx and Harlem is just like maybe a 15-minute walk. So there's the Bronx is closer, but it depends how you look at it because the Bronx is northeast of Manhattan, while Brooklyn and Queens is southeast of Manhattan.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
Sort of strange like that, yeah. But
Okay,
it's
now
yeah.
now we in Vegas, and
Oh boy, look at Vegas.
What's going on with the negative? What's y'all opinion? What's y'all brother's opinion on
Well,
this one?
because Vegas economy
It's
is
304.
100% dependent. Look at Hawaii too. Let's compare Vegas to Hawaii because they have a similar economy, touristy, 100% based on touristy type stuff. And then so basically, what the thing about
Vegas,
Vegas
Hawaii.
is that
Did it go
Vegas
Hawaii on this chart?
is highly dependent on the strip, and so when those casinos close, that's it.
Oh yeah.
Those casinos when they close, man, that's Vegas.
Damn, they ain't got Hawaii in this joint.
They gotta have Hawaii. Look up Honolulu.
They ain't got
Honolulu,
Hawaii in this
Waikiki.
joint. Hawaii economy.
But see, it's not gonna have those numbers like this chart has.
Damn.
Let me tell you
we
something.
need those numbers. Because I want to see what that year over year.
Do you know how many high-rise condominiums? I'm talking about brand new high-rise condominiums that they build in New York and it's finished building, and it's basically vacant. No one's renting these high-rise condominiums in New York City.
Hey, you know what
crazy.
though? You know what, Wacky? You know what? This may be an opportunity because a lot of those, especially like in Manhattan, they have a lot of co-ops.
Yeah.
And so that may be an opportunity for them co-ops to like kind of restructure and actually sell the condominium as opposed to you having to buy a co-op. And you can actually own the condominium. This may be an opportunity to actually own a condominium.
You know that's what some people are doing, but the city is beating them to the punch because what the city is doing is that the city is buying a lot of these vacant condominiums and turning them into low-income housing.
Man, ain't that about a
Yeah, they turn them to low-income housing. Yeah.
Oh,
I mean, there's even hotels being built, right? Hotels that has been vacant, right? So the city beats everybody to the punch and buys them up and use it for to rent out low-income housing.
Oh, wait a minute. What's the name of that casino, that hotel casino, that big ass hotel casino in Vegas?
The
one they never opened up. That's completely built and it never was opened up. They got an entire hotel casino, big. I'm talking about, it's a huge one, right? They never opened that bad boy up. It's just sitting there.
Oh shit. We gonna get back to those casinos though, but look at the price, man. Kauai,
dude, that's crazy.
31%. Maui.
Wow, that's pretty crazy. Kauai,
31.7% increase.
And
look up some houses in Kauai.
And that's in a dude. That's Kauai.
Well, Maui is already super expensive, so
a good place to do some real estate investing. I guess you guys probably already know this, but if you don't, Ohio.
Ohio was on that list too. Ohio, I need to double back when it comes to that.
Ohio prices per unit, like I've seen prices per unit, like in the 20s.
Yeah,
like 23,000, 25,000. I haven't looked in a couple months, but I saw some really because I was looking. A matter of fact, I saw a duplex in Ohio for 37,000.
Yeah, it's probably fully it's probably fully renovated and shit.
Well, it wasn't fully renovated. I mean, but it was in a condition where you didn't have to fix anything.
Yeah. Okay.
It was kind of dated. It had vinyl floors, but the vinyl floors last forever. I mean, they just look ugly, but those old school vinyl floors, they last forever. But it was only like $37,000, and it was fully rented. They had 2 tenants in it. It was like basically like you just buy it and hold it.
Yeah. They have in certain parts of Ohio, they have fully renovated buildings for 45,000. 45,000. You buy it. People automatically think Cleveland, but there's some other surrounding. Like there's a city called Lorain, Ohio. I looked at Lorain, Ohio, and there's some other cities that are like in that specific area. Yeah.
So
Toledo.
Yep. Yeah. Toledo. I think Toledo still has some factories in Toledo, correct?
Yeah. And at one point, Cincinnati was a place where you could buy some cheap stuff. I mean, compared to other places, Cincinnati is still cheaper in comparison to places like New York and California. But the prices got a little higher. Yeah, Columbus is a good spot.
Yep, Cleveland, obviously. Yeah. Cleveland is a college.
Yeah,
my dad went to college in Cleveland. Matter of fact, he went to Cleveland. I think he went to Cleveland State University.
Oh, okay, Cleveland State. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, my dad went to high school in Chicago. He was in Chicago from 9th grade and through high school, and then he went to Chicago. I mean, then he went to Cleveland for college.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, I've been to Chicago like many years ago, and my dad took me to like the projects that he grew up in when he was in Chicago and stuff like that. It was rough. My dad grew up in a rough area.
Yeah, I've been to Chicago one time. That was about definitely 11 years ago. That was the only time I've went to Chicago. Yeah. Which part of Chicago?
I'm not exactly sure because I'm not too familiar with Chicago. We did like a little tour of that area. We went to Chicago, we went to Ohio, and then we went to Detroit. My uncle, he passed away a year ago, but he was he used to live in Detroit. And so, matter of fact, you go to Detroit, there's like an underground tunnel that goes under the water and that you take to go to Canada. So whatever part of Detroit that is. But anyways, we end up going to, it was crazy because you're in Detroit and it's like hood, it just looks depressing, right?
Yeah.
And then we took that little underwater bridge. You drive under the water, it's like a tunnel. And then we drove to Canada, right across the border. I can't remember what province that is. I don't know if it's is it Winnipeg or
Winnipeg? It's probably Winnipeg.
Yeah, one of them areas in the middle of Canada. But anyways, we get over there, and it was like you knew immediately you were not only did it feel like a different country, it felt like a whole different world. It was, listen, there was not a speck of trash, not a gum wrapper, not a cigarette butt, nothing on the ground in Canada across from Detroit.
Yeah.
It was cobblestone, like road, intersection. It was crazy. And it was like you didn't see people hanging out. It was nobody just hanging out in the street. It was just like a clean model town. I was like, it was like totally different. It blew me away. And that was the first time I went to Canada.
And when you travel to Canada from Detroit, you're actually traveling east. You're not traveling north.
Oh, okay.
Because Detroit, the way
it's shaped, the mitten.
Yeah. Detroit is west of Canada.
Okay.
Yeah. So when you go, a lot of people don't know that. It's like when you're traveling to Canada from Detroit, you're traveling east.
Yeah.
Same thing. If you were in, let's say, certain parts of New York State, like upstate New York, if you were to travel to Canada, you would be traveling west, not north.
Uh-huh.
Now, from New York City, if you would travel to Canada from New York City, of course, you will be traveling north. But upstate New York, the upper parts of New York State, you'll be traveling west.
You know what's crazy?
Yeah.
I bet most people in New York never even been to Canada.
Oh, they have.
Most people?
Well, I wouldn't say most people, but a lot of people that I know.
Because I'm out here in Seattle, right?
Right.
Most people I talk to have never even been to Canada. I'm like,
Wow.
Fam, we right here by Canada. You don't even because Canada, where I'm at right now, it takes about 2.5 hours to get to the border. Now, depending on the day you go, getting through that border can be a pain in the butt, but it's close enough. Actually, it's closer to drive from Seattle. It's closer to drive to the Canadian border than it is to go to Portland, Oregon.
Oh, really? Wow.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
And so I've been to Canada many, many times. Even when I was out here visiting, when I was in the military, I went to Canada several times. And I tell you what, Canada is definitely worth the drive. Let me just say that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Definitely worth. And it has a different feel. I mean, it's not as profound as say like Europe or something like that, but you definitely get to feel that you're in a different country. The only reason why it feels kind of similar, or it doesn't feel as different as Europe, is that there's a lot of cars that we have in the United States that they sell in Canada too. Like you see Dodge Rams and Fords and stuff like that. Now they got a couple of cars, like I think they have Seats that they don't have in the United States.
Back.
And the gas stations are a little bit different. They got different brands of gas, but a lot of the stuff is kind of similar as far as like the vehicles you see on the road. Unlike Europe, you don't even see the same cars. You just feel totally different, like a whole different country,
Yeah.
Okay, man, my bad, man. I don't know what. I swear, StreamYards be kicking me off on something vicious.
Yeah.
I be in mid conversation and it just.
I thought you had stepped away from Bible study. I was like, okay, real deal.
Nah, man. Nah, man. That's funny. I'm Jewish though, brother. Shalom, brother. So
okay.
Shalom.
I'm gonna share my screen, man, because the properties in Kauai was 715,000. So on that increase in Kauai, 31% increase. I don't know how much that in that 31% is in equity, but I'm gonna share my screen again though.
So basically, these are now 700,000+. We're looking at, last year they were probably like 500,000 average.
Yeah,
right.
That mark. Yeah.
So you're talking about $200,000 in equity. That's substantial.
Yeah, that's
because you can take that money, you can draw that equity out, either renovate or buy another property, or you can sell the house and upgrade. There's lots of things you can do.
And look at this. Look at the square footage, man. Square footage is ridiculous. 1,000 for this. It's a beautiful view.
Oh, this is on the water though, man. Look at that.
Yeah.
But see,
two.
You got to be a certain type of individual to live there because it's a small island. You got to fly. If you really want to do anything outside of that island, you gotta fly or maybe take a boat. Getting furniture over there is super expensive, depending on how fly you like your place to look, and getting renovations done could really be a pain in the butt. So, it's like that's more like of a certain type of lifestyle for people to live there. Like if you're retired, like my parents, that'd be good if my parents like that type of environment. My parents want to live in the South though, but if my parents like the ocean and that type of stuff, that'd be perfect because they're retired. Live out your years there. I got a coworker that got some land in it's not Kauai though. Maybe it is Kauai. I don't know. She has land on one of those islands in Hawaii. There's a couple acres out there, and basically that was something that her family just handed down to her.
Yeah, this is
what I'm saying. It's so important. Like these type of streams about business and real estate investment and it's so important because this is how other groups stay so far ahead of us. Because when they talk about, blowing a bag, they're not talking about buying a car. They talking about buying some property or buying a business, and this stuff can be passed on. At the end of the day, there's times when there's depressions, like right now, the COVID may be depressing some home values depending on where you're at. But when you look at a 30-year, average, you pick any point and any start point, any end point, and you do a 30-year stretch, the property values always go up. This is why it's so
1
important
acre
to
of
have that
land
as an
is
investment.
110,000.
Say what now?
This one acre of land is 110,000. This is funny.
That's not bad for an acre though, but it's like in the middle of nowhere though.
It's the
It's
middle
not
of
near the
nowhere.
water.
That's literally the problem. And
And
this
see, the
condo
other
is
problem you got to think
inside of
about,
1,000.
but you got to think about that. Okay, so when you have land, what are the restrictions or what are the mandates for utilities? Because some areas you have to connect to city water and sewer. Some areas you don't. And so if you don't have to connect, if you have to connect to city water and sewer, they charge by the foot. So however far you are from the utilities, from the main pipes, you got to run the pipe, to your property, to the domicile you're going to build, and that costs per linear foot. That's number one. That's the cost you got to think about. And plus the base hookup part, a couple $1,000s just for a base hookup, regardless how close you are. Then you add on every foot is the extra whatever amount of dollars, right? Then you got to run the electric to the property, and then you got to do all the whatever the costs associated with getting the property ready to build. But then also, if you don't have to connect to water, city water and sewer, or you got to either build a well, and you got to build a septic tank. So these are costs you got to think about with these properties that are in the middle of nowhere. It's not plug and play. It's gonna be some other costs associated with it. You got to factor that into your budget.
Let's copy and paste this bad boy and see what, because this is 320,000. This is just a condo. This is the funny part about it, man. This is just a condo.
Make sure you look at them condo fees too. See what's going on with that.
This is a condo, and it's like this, and they got the percentages at 31.7% in Kauai County. Let's look at the maps. Bear with me, fellas. Bear with me. Jesus, boy. Okay. Now we can be able to see how it's viewed. The listing price, 329, 321 estimated mortgage payment, 26.6.
2667.
HOA, damn, and the HOAs don't even give you no room to be able to get at least a sandwich deal going where you can try to get a tenant on this bad boy.
Man, them HOA dudes is crazy.
Yeah, man. They got it, and they got that joint for a month. They
just want to keep a certain class of people in that area. Fuck.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. We're gonna price them out.
Yeah.
We're gonna price them out. We just gonna do it like that.
Man, there's some
20% down pay, 65.
Man, there's some neighborhoods across the country where people are paying astronomically high HOA dues, and they can't do nothing on their homes because the HOA got rules on what type of design you could put in your home to make because the neighborhood have to have a certain look to it, or if you live in a historic district, oh, bump that. if you live in an area, I know here in New York, if you live in an area that is considered a historic district, you can forget about making exterior changes on your home. You can forget about that.
And then like in Mercer Island and here in Seattle, like you got to get approval to remove a tree. like real talk, man. Like
What?
a lot of people don't like that, man. Like you go out there, man, you got to get and then like say for instance, you think you like, oh, the tree is dead. Oh, no, you got to pay for an arborist to come look at the tree, and the arborist got to confirm that the tree is dead or diseased. And it's like it's some stuff you got to pay for that arborist too.
Oh,
Oh
wow.
man, that's
Yeah, it's crazy. And then like with the HOAs, sometimes they can veto your home sale. Like depending on the person that's moving in, they can disprove the person that's wanting to purchase the property.
Yeah. I've heard plenty of stories about.
Yeah,
I've heard stories, man. Oh
yeah,
man,
that's crazy. And then then some HOAs have regulations as far as renting. So say for instance, you buy the property as an investment, you like, okay, I'm about to rent it out as a condo. HOA may say you can't have renters.
Yeah.
Or then they may set a period. They say you can only have a renter, for X number of days out of the year, 200 days out of the year, or just some weird like that. Or you can't have Airbnb. They got all kind of regulation that you got to read the fine print. And then the thing about condos and townhomes included, because I got a coworker. She bought a townhome outside of Seattle, and I told her specifically, I said, watch them townhomes, because what happens, how they get you is that the person that's selling it, if you see like a lot of townhomes being sold at the same time from that same complex, it's usually because there's an assessment, and that's why people are trying to get out of paying that assessment. But she saw the price was desirable. She bought the condominium, and then a month later they hit her with an assessment for the roof and the fence. You know how much that assessment was?
How much?
$15,000 assessment.
what?
Now, luckily, her parents have money.
Damn.
Her parents just paid for it.
Damn, man, what?
But if it had been somebody without parents that got money, they had to come up with that money out of their pocket. Get a personal loan or some type of a line of credit. Some way they have to pay for that. It's crazy.
And she was given that assessment after she bought the home.
After she bought, okay, so there's like a period of time where you can contest the home sale if the assessment was within a certain period of the actual home sale, and it wasn't disclosed by the seller, because the seller didn't disclose the assessment. I just warned her about potential assessment fees. I didn't think they was really gonna hit her with it, but anyways, after she bought the house, right after that, that grace period was up, the HOA hit her with the assessment. And
damn.
She was sick.
Why do they have to do the HOAs, man? This look beautiful. Minus the HOAs, this look beautiful. This look very defined, well defined type of properties, man. It's just a shame that the HOA is a G a piece, or a G a month.
And that's what a lot of people think about. See, the person could have bought this condominium. They could have bought it like 30 years ago, right? 40 years ago, whatever. And when they bought it, the condominium may have been, the monthly note might have been $200 a month, right? And as years progress, that $200 a month ends up being nothing compared to how much money they make every month, right? But then the HOA fees start to go up, and then it gets to the point where it's like they're paying more in HOA fees than they're paying a mortgage. Then eventually that mortgage is paid off, and it's like I'm still paying a mortgage just in HOA fees, even though my condominium is paid off. I have the deed to it, but I'm paying X amount of money in HOA fees. So that at that point it's like they're trying to get out of it. They're trying to get rid of it.
Damn, man, that's a shame, man. That shows
I mean,
you.
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry. But go ahead. I'm sorry. My fault. Man. My bad.
Nah, man. Go ahead, man. I was trying to plug my charger.
Yeah. But the messed up thing is with the HOA, it's sort of like a necessary evil.
Yes.
Because You have to find a way to keep a certain class of people out the damn neighborhood before
you
they
don't
drive
want
the whole value that before they drive the value of the whole neighborhood down. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
you don't want a refrigerator in the front yard or an old Ford Torino with the engine pulled out sitting on blocks.
Right.
You know? Yeah. Look, hey, you think I'm joking, right? So in my neighborhood in Houston, right, there's a guy, he had a Ford Torino in his front yard in a refrigerator. And the HOA, eventually they made him get rid, but I think he was a renter. And so anyways, they ended up moving out. But so the thing about the HOA was like in my neighborhood, I had a house in North Houston, and when a hurricane hit, I forgot what year it was. There's a major hurricane, and I had exterior shutters on the house, and the wind had blew the exterior shutters off the house.
Whoa.
And so, and it wasn't just my house; it was several houses that had the shutters. And so it was not even. Listen, the power wasn't even back on. The power had been out. Power was still out, right? I'm like trying to figure out how the hell they print this out. They sent me a letter. The HOA sent me a letter or put a letter on my door while the power in the entire area was still out. That I had to replace the shutters within X amount of days or a lien would be placed. You know, I was like, what the heck?
Wow.
That's HOA for you.
Bullshit. That's bullshit.
Damn. You
Makes-
didn't have insurance to cover that?
Oh, I just paid for it out of my pocket. It wasn't that big of a deal, but
Okay.
it was just the principle, you know.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I get it.
But the problem is that I couldn't get it replaced right away because the power was still out. Then when the power came back on, right, in areas of the city, the power was still out. All the contractors was booked. Like you couldn't get a contractor, especially for like one little thing like a shutter. No. You have to have major stuff being done. Because contractors want to make it worth their time to actually come out to your property. And so I was looking all over for a contractor. Finally, I had to find the maintenance guy at my job. Had a side hustle where he did stuff like that. So I paid him, and he replaced the shutters and he did some more work around the house. But I mean, you could find a contractor.
You talking about during like the Hurricane Harvey, right? When Hurricane Harvey happened?
I can't remember which hurricane it was because there's been several hurricanes in Houston, but whatever hurricane, it must have been like around. I want to say it was around maybe 2012, 2000, no, maybe 2010, somewhere around there.
Oh, okay, that was before Harvey. All right, that was before.
Maybe it was 2011. I don't know, but it was somewhere around there, 2010, 2011, 2012, but it's somewhere around there. Because I was still working at that job. Yeah, so it had to be like around 2000, between 2000 and it was definitely before 2012. So whatever happened, whatever hurricane that was, but yeah, it was hard getting a contractor. And then also I had issue with a tree. I had a tree that had died because I had an ant problem when I first moved in, so I had called an exterminator, and they put some chemicals down and they killed this tree in my front yard. And I tried to replace this tree several times, but the tree kept dying because I guess it was soaking up whatever the chemicals that were like in the ground. And so I just filled that area in. HOA told me I had to replace I had to have a tree in the front yard. And I was like,
Damn.
what? Yeah, the HOA told me I had to have a tree in the front yard. So I had to call like a nursery and speak. They had an arborist there. And they came in and then pulled some samples out of the ground and then determined what tree I could plant there that would actually live and survive. And so I planted some tree, and it was some ugly tree, right? And this tree kept leaning. Like this tree was just an ugly tree, but it was able to actually survive that soil. So I have to have this ugly tree in my front yard. HOAs.
Wait a minute, we got a part. And this is the same condo. This is the funny part about it.
Well, that's what you're paying for in the HOA fees. The HOA fees is paying for all that. Because it looks almost like it looks almost like a little resort.
Yes.
They got tennis courts. See, that's what you want to see. you want to see tennis courts. When you see tennis courts or a golf course, that's the property you want to get. Now, if you start seeing basketball courts, you know, with the net missing, you see a basketball court with the net missing, or you see a basketball court
that's funny.
with the rim bent, the rim is bent on the basketball court, you already know.
The paint is faded.
The paint faded, yep.
And you just see concrete on the floor. Yeah.
Or you see like a pair of shoes tied together by the shoestring over the power lines.
Over the power line.
Yeah, boy. Or if you see like a Oldsmobile Cutlass, a Brougham Cadillac.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Or a Chevrolet Impala SS
sitting on some D's, right?
with chameleon paint.
Oh boy.
Yeah, you already know.
Damn. But yeah, man, these are the numbers. These are the numbers. And this is
it's listed in Sotheby's. It's listed in Sotheby's, so you know, we already know what time it is.
This is the median. Damn, these man, you must have a lot of paper doing some shit like this.
What do you
1.4%. Really buying some real estate for 1.4, and it ain't nothing with 5, 6, 7 bed and bathrooms.
Well, think about this again. Like I said, right?
Mm.
If you got family that passes on that generational wealth through real estate to you, like some of my coworkers, right? I got coworkers that the minute they graduated from college, their parents just gave them a house. Several coworkers, they had a house paid for. Parents had a house paid for, or a condominium that was paid for. And so, as a college graduation gift, their parents just gave it to them. Now you got real estate that's paid for. So now you can take all your money, right? Save it, and then start buying you more and more properties and just renting them out. And so, fast forwarded, I got coworkers that are like older, you know, and some of them got 4, 5, 6 properties, you know, in and out of state. And so these properties are paid for and they've appreciated in value so much. These properties are worth, you know, $1 million plus. I got a coworker who got a house in Ballard, which is in Seattle. It's a neighborhood in Seattle. I mean, her house is worth $2.2 million. $2.2 million. I got another coworker. She got a house in Green Lake that nobody even lives in. It's completely vacant. It just sitting there because her parents just gave her so much property. She don't know what to do with it. So she got a vacant house sitting in Green Lake. This house is worth, it's actually on Green Lake. So this house is worth like $3-4 million, and it's just sitting there.
Look at the average property. Look at how much the average property goes for.
Yeah. So you can just sell your house and buy a house in Hawaii. Yeah.
This is the most average joint compared to the block. What the block is looking like. And this is Kappa.
You got regular people that live in some of these houses too. They're regular people because, you know, they got stuff handed down to them, so their lifestyle doesn't necessarily match that amount of money. Like somebody that's black that lived in a house like that, you would expect to see like a Bentley or something like that, you know, because it's not generational wealth, so their perception of money is a little bit different. They feel like they gotta have a certain lifestyle to go with that.
Look at the
truck. See, that's what I'm talking about.
See, we peeped that. See, we peeped
what I'm talking about.
Look at that tire tracks on the grass. The grass got the tire track.
Yeah.
You know what?
Yeah.
And the person that's there, they don't even think about the fact that their house is worth. For them, it's not even a big deal.
But look at the inside, though. Look at the shindig.
Yeah. Yep.
But man, we let's roast this the pickup truck. So average.
Yeah.
And like y'all mentioned, the grass, the vegetation area isn't properly kept. It's average looking, but that's 799,000, and this is the market. This is what the data aggregator pretty much fetched up in this month. This month alone, this last 30 days, in this postal code, 800, about 587, 28 homes sold, 25 newly on the market.
And then I bet you the person that owns that home owns it outright, is paid for. They're not even tripping.
Look at the demographics. Median age 43. Estimated median income $67,000 a year.
So hold on. We got to stop right there. If the median income is $67,000 a year, the way they're in those homes is through generational wealth. There's no other way, because you can't afford a house like that on $67,000 a year.
Right.
43% is college educated. 43%, that's the percentage of educated. Estimated total homeowners.
62% versus 38% renters.
Yeah, that too as well.
Estimated average household size is 3 people.
Yes. That's valid.
I'm telling you, these people own these homes because of generational wealth. That's what allows regular people like that to own these homes. See, like, the thing about this is that, these women are so obsessed with getting a quote unquote high value man, right? But here's the thing, right?
I want your opinion. I want both your opinion about that.
I'm about to give it to you.
People,
if you have a man, if you marry a man, a regular guy, right? Say you marry a guy that makes $67,000 a year, right? He makes $67,000 a year. Maybe you make $60,000, $50,000 a year, right? Combine that, you make $110,000, maybe $120,000 a year, right? With that amount of money, you can buy a decent house. You get married, at 25 years old, somewhere around there. By the time you're 55, the house is paid off. Your kids are grown. Now you can start investing into another property, right? Now with this first generation, right, you're not going to be able to gift them a house out of high school or out of college. You're not going to be able to do it with this generation. But this generation, you can definitely have 2 houses by the end of your lifetime. You have 2 houses that's paid off that you can add to the portfolio of your child, who hopefully will have 2 houses paid off by the time you pass, right? Then you give them the 2 houses that you got when you pass away. Now they got 4 houses. Now they got generational wealth. So every generation after that could start getting gifted a house when they graduate from college. But it takes the first generation to make the sacrifice and say, you know what? I'm sitting around here waiting for a quote unquote high value man. Now I'm 40 years old. My prospects for a high value man are diminishing every passing hour. So now I've squandered my opportunity to just couple with a regular guy and actually pass on generational wealth in pursuit of a high value man. Now I end up with nothing. I'm a single mother, or I'm just a single woman with no kids. Either way, I'm not passing on real generational wealth because of my stubbornness and desire for something that's outside of my league.
Supertress. A female, by the time she's 40 years old, her chances of getting a quote unquote high value man has already diminished. It's not diminishing, it has already diminished. It's done. A quote unquote high value man, if it exists.
Man, this shit is crazy. They done put the flat earth shit on my damn page. Who in the hell was talking about flat earth? I wasn't talking about no flat earth.
Who's talking about flat Earth?
They didn't put the joint. They didn't put that joint on the damn stream now.
Oh,
That shit is crazy. That shit is crazy. But keep on going, fellas. I felt that weird.
no, but Super Triz made a great point what he's talking about, because it goes to show you that a lot of these females, they don't think long term, they think short term. They think of what can benefit me right here and now, instead of planning for the long term, for the next generation or the generation afterwards, and so forth. What can I leave for future generations? They're not thinking like that. They you know, but that's their fault.
Well, women by nature, right? We have to understand that there's certain things called female nature. Women by nature are nesters, nesting within an environment where men are shaping the environment that all others are supposed to nest in. So if you're nesting in an environment, right, and you're not necessarily shaping it, you're trying to find your place into what's already been built, right? And in finding your place, you're finding something that's comfortable for you, which benefits you, right? And so economists have understood even before the actual concept of an actual economist as an entity was conceptualized. There existed certain people who planned for the futures of particular societies, right? And they understood that a woman's propensity for conspicuous consumption is what drives any economy. A woman's desire for things and a man's desire to provide worldly desires to women. And so the United States figured out, if you're able to split up a household, so now a woman isn't under the leadership of a man and she's left to her own free will, she will spend either 100% or close to 100% of her income on conspicuous consumption and consumption that has no investment potential, which is good. This drives the economy. It keeps the economy going. But if you have a man at the helm, that man is going to dictate the direction of that household and mandate that a certain percentage of the income is either invested or saved. And it's taken out of the economic circulation to the detriment of a given society that is dependent on that revenue from somebody in that household consistently spending money. And so this is the reason why you have powers working against you to compromise the quote unquote ADOS black household. And it's not like it's not necessarily a personal attack on the black household per se. It's in an attempt to stimulate the economy and make profit. It's not personal, it's business. And once people understand that it's business, and they know that, okay, well, wait a minute. It's not something personal, it's just business. We have an actual choice in this situation, whether or not we participate. As a woman, you could say, okay, I'm going to get with a man who's going to provide leadership and direction for my household. And I'm going to stand by him as he cultivates an environment conducive to the success of our lineage and legacy. But see, you never hear that discussion taking place. You never hear women saying they're looking for a man that's going to provide, an environment, going to cultivate an environment, is going to mold, shape, and create an environment that's going to propel our legacy for millennia to come. They're not looking at that.
Look at this price now. Look at this price, fellas.
No, that's cheap. Jesus Christ.
Now, you know something's wrong with that house.
But you know what? I like it. You know what I like? Call me crazy. I love that pass-through carport, where you drive in and you kind of drive into a car because it makes me feel like I'm at a hotel or something. Is that water? Is that a condo or is that a house? Oh, it's a condo. That's why. Okay, I'm about to say.
Oh,
It's a
okay.
condo joint.
Oh, I get it. Okay, I thought that was the whole property. I was like,
Right. Right. I'm like, I was about to say 189,000 for that whole property. That's a fixer upper.
Yeah.
That's a fixer upper. You know.
Yeah, man, that joint is 190.
Or sometimes I've seen mistakes. Like I remember I saw a property in Vegas, right? It was at a casino, and they wanted. It was like 22,000. I was like, "Oh, what good!" And so I had read I had called the real estate agent and everything like that. And what happened was that they had put a mistake that erroneously put that it was a condo, but it was actually a timeshare.
What?
Oh,
And
wow.
yeah, so I
Look
told
at the
them, I
total
was like,
area. It's inside of 500. The total
Huh?
area. The total area is inside of 500.
372 square feet, right?
Let me get it by exact.
Yeah, 372 square feet. No, it's a studio, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Damn.
Depending on the layout, if it's laid out correctly, 372 square foot is a nice size studio.
Let's give it another look.
But see, the thing about a studio is that you have limited application. Like that's going to be for like a retired couple. You're definitely not going to have any kids in the
Yeah,
studio.
this is definitely for Walter Matthau and the Odd Couple.
Or a vacation home. That's like a vacation home. Because you look at how the kitchen is set up. The kitchen area. And see that bath. See, you know what? See that condo. And see, that's the thing, right? That condo, the bathroom is a lot bigger than it should be for the size of that condo. They should have devoted a lot more of that space to the living area. Make the bathroom a lot smaller. Have a stall, but have like a little stall shower.
Look,
small.
Do they got floor plans? Let's see if they got floor plans.
Yo, guys, y'all have a good night, man. I have to go. Y'all have a good night, man. See you.
All right, for sure, Wacky. Salute to you, man.
Yeah, I'm about to go ahead and head out too. I didn't realize how late it was.
Oh, damn. Damn, let me end this joint, man. Salute to you, Wacky, man. Salute to you, Super Triz.
Yeah, I appreciate you having me, man.
Yeah, man. I usually try to do these things earlier, but I had a live stream earlier. I already got your IG, man. So correspond with you via email.
Yeah, man. I'm at the hit me up on IG, man. You got Facebook?
Nah, man. I got rid of that shit.
Oh, okay, yeah, because I've been posting some pictures of my renovation. I started my renovations last month, and so I'm kind of just chronicling my progress with some of my renovations, and so hopefully it'll be done by next month, completely finished, or for the most part finished, ready to move in. I'm gonna still have some stuff to do on my I'm building a separate fitness studio in the back of the property, so that's going to be a work in progress for the next couple of months, but at least to be actually moving ready by the end of this month. So
for sure, G. I'm gonna have a live stream. I think I'm gonna have a live tomorrow.
Okay, just shoot me a message, man, and just let me know.
Yeah, I'm gonna have my homie West and everything. My homie West, he in Florida, so he gonna pretty much talk about his car business. Yeah, car business in Florida. So he doing his thing. But
yeah, shoot me the actual YouTube link, and I'll just catch it from the YouTube stream.
Okay, for sure. Because
Yeah.
I try to do it off of the StreamYard link.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna catch up with y'all, man. RDF out. Peace.
All right, peace.